A shortcut to get you there fast. I want a life that sits on solid ground. To my core, making myself proud. I wanna build a life that's bigger than me. Can't fit all my joy in the 7 seas. Overflowing, bursting out our house. From my core, love pouring out. Always got my eyes on the horizon. Throw my dreams up and let them fly with the wind. Keep my heart full of the best intentions. I wanna build a life I'm dying to live. I wanna build a life with you by my side. We got something most
Hello, puppy.
people never find. I climb a mountain just to see you smile. You make me wanna plant roots and say why. Always got my eyes on the horizon. Throw my dreams up and let them fly with the wind. Keep my heart full of the best intentions. I wanna build a life I'm dying to live. I've seen the way the sun shines in the summer. I've heard the way the leaves talk in the fall.
How are you? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Good, thank you. And you?
I'm good. I enjoyed a very beautiful Sunday today. It was so
Oh,
sunny
lovely.
here.
Sunny.
Hmm.
Nice.
How was
Great
it up
weather.
How was it up in London?
Uh, not so sunny today, but yesterday was sunny, so that felt great.
Nice. Yeah, here
Mm.
definitely fall is starting. And today was just a very, very beautiful. I don't know, like sometimes the sun just hits differently. And today was one of these days where it was just golden from the moment it went into my bedroom in the morning, and all day long
Oh,
it was just that different angle, and I don't know, there's just the season is changing and I love that.
mm,
I
I love
really
those
love that.
days. I can actually relate now. I can see different. So within the house that we've moved in, it's the first
Mhm.
time we are in here in autumn, and the colors look so different at the moment
Yeah.
with the golden color from the sun coming through differently,
Yeah.
like at different angles,
Yeah.
and
And I just
that's
know
so
that from now on it's just gonna get crazier and crazier because the trees also start taking up that yellowish, reddish,
mm,
golden light, making everything like become, I don't know. I really, really love these transition times. And fall for some reason I like a lot. So
oh, thank you for sharing your enthusiasm. It is making me reconsider autumn. Oh, I love autumn too, but not as much as summer and spring. But
Mhm.
why not getting to rediscover it?
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
And I find that because sometimes we just have these preconditioned connotations towards certain changes, right? And I guess,
Mm.
yes, it depends on where you live. Like these seasons have a nicer or less nicer flavor. I have a lot of nature around me, so I get to witness that color change.
Mm.
And I also love the moist and wet season starting. Yes, I know, maybe I'm a little bit weird. I don't like it wet, but I love it when you have the clouds, like these light clouds just coming out of the trees and everything being like super misty and you're just
Oh.
cuddling up
Mm.
inside and do some some creative work at home or even just house chores and stuff. Just nurturing kind of vibes. I really, really, yeah, I love that. And but I can see how maybe in the city where it's really just raining and everything is just gray, that maybe that's not exactly the same experience then as for someone living in nature and witnessing that color change in as well.
Mm.
So yeah. Because for me at first it was also that question like, is this a stupid time to put the glow up challenge, right? Because the first round was in July. I thought this is perfect because July is all about like glowing up and showing up and going outside and basking in the sun. So you have that light reflection on you anyway, that light shining. So it's easy for you to kind of like just use that. And then when I put the date on October, eventually I was like thinking, like, is that a stupid time? Because everything starts getting dark. Nobody really feels like they want to shine up. But today I realized no, actually, because nature literally also somewhat glows up again just before then fully retreating. And I thought that was such a
Mm.
beautiful analogy also for the end of the year. Um, and to create that strong, solid energy inside of us so that we can then retreat with that energy inside, doing all the internal work, the preparation for next year again, and then move forward with that solid foundation. So I don't know if
Oh,
that
love
resonates
that.
with you.
It does. And yes, also now that you've mentioned that preconception, it's interesting what popped in my head because I thought like the preconception for me has been, oh, winter is coming. But removing that piece and hearing all of what you shared, it is so true that that piece is so beautiful. And there is even a place, one of my favorite places in the world called Terakaya, which is in South Africa. Is when I went there, it was like hills and horses around, in a house made of, I think they made it from the earth. And it was misty all around, and that was just such a beautiful view. And I think actually that if I'm not mistaken, the author of Lord of the Ring got inspired from
Mm,
that region of
okay.
the world. So when you shared that, I was like, oh wow, yes, there is so much beauty to be grateful for, to be enjoyed in autumn that I might go past because of going to winter is coming, but before winter, there is autumn.
Well, and winter, there is winter. Like
Yes,
everything is,
also.
well, again, it depends on where you are, right? But where I live, like I literally just was for I it was snowing the last 2 days up in the higher regions, but it came down below tree level, which is like below 2000 meter heights of altitude. And I went with my partner to the mountain and we went all the way to the top. We just took somewhere where we took the gondola all the way to the top. We expected a little bit, but we had like a good 40 centimeters of fresh snow. And it
Wow.
was just um, generating such a warm, cozy feeling to see the glittery surface of the snow. It's
Mm.
just like I was so full of awe and anticipation again for winter because, but yeah, again, it depends so much on where you live. Like even living here where I live down in the Valley. And
Mhm.
so my flatmate works here and she sometimes in winter she doesn't see the sun for weeks.
Oh,
Whereas
wow.
you literally only have to go 5 minutes towards the mountain and the sky already clears up. And then it's just blue sky all day long, like up in the higher
Sure.
regions. So depending on where you are, even just within a couple of meters, you're either in the fog all day long, all like every day, or you just witness this beautiful, gorgeous weather and the snow and everything. So, but then
Wow.
I feel that we get to also start seeing the beautiful things in the moments that it doesn't really feel nice, or then appreciate when we get to places, where
Mm.
it's a little bit, yeah, maybe nicer or cozier again to just treasure that more.
Mm.
And starting to, I think that also goes perfectly with the theme of the 30-day challenge, right? Like, let's start looking at things with a new curiosity and put a different spin to it. I think it was you that shared earlier in one of the chats as well. It's like, well, yeah, children like see magic, or was it on your
Oh,
maybe
that's on my
children see
WhatsApp
magic
because they look for
everywhere
it.
because they're actually looking for it and they're expecting to see it,
Mm.
right? And so it's not in what is out there that brings the magic. It's in how do you choose to meet it, to see it, and what do you choose to create with it? And sometimes that's easier done than at other times, but we still get to practice that with, yeah, moments and patterns that maybe keep making us feel stuck or heavy or unhappy or whatever, to just start using this new curiosity to see it in a different light.
Mm.
So yeah,
It's
that
so synchronistic to the moment too. Because of yeah, with this whole journey with you, it's felt that all of a sudden rediscovering I've been like rediscovering the shadow parts
hmm.
of life, of me, and kind of accepting those as they are. And
And even
yes,
starting to
thanks to
treasure it and
you.
see somewhat of the gifts in it and the beauty in it, even though, yes, it's not always comfortable and not always nice and fun. And yet there is always elements in it that we can start seeing the beauty of and use that to
Mm,
our own benefits in that sense to make our experience better. Because eventually it's just the way we think about it that really, yeah, that really makes it crap, right? I mean, if you look at again children, they go outside in the heavy rain and they have the time of their lives. Somewhere we have kind of like unlearned that.
mm.
I don't personally like that too much either. Like I don't like to be wet. I don't go out of the house when it's raining, but
Mm,
I don't complain about it because I treasure the time that I have inside and in
mm,
that coziness and that retreating and that being forced to be at home and not being able to go out and do a lot of things. So then you get to go into these creative parts. Yeah. So yeah.
Love that.
Yes, all right. Well, I guess I see that Toby also shared that she has a migraine, so she wasn't going to show up. There was a few others that were curious. That's why I wanted to wait a little bit. But I guess we can start with the official part of this kickoff call, of this celebration call. Well, kickoff celebration to set the vibes a little bit. And then yeah, we'll see. It's probably not going to go much long, but then if we chat, it always goes poof and it is through.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share my screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Cool. Well done. Also for you, it's nothing new, but for all of those who are watching this on the replay and for whom it's the first time, welcome to the 30-day Glow Up Challenge, an experience that will help you gain unshakable confidence and crystal clarity on who you are, what you want, and while also learning how to set and navigate solid boundaries without feeling depleted and resentful and frustrated anymore. This is your 30-day experience to finally claim your glow again. This is where ambitious individuals like you and me come together to grow in community and reclaim our innate confidence, to become more resilient, sparkly, and take responsibility for our lives. And before we go any further, I would love for us to take a moment. So I invite you to find a comfortable seat. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit, make yourself comfortable. And then I invite you to bring your hands together and draw gentle circles. And then eventually close your eyes or just keep them softly open while you watch your hands move. And I want you to go a little bit slower and really start connecting to the touch and to the sensation between your palms and your fingers. Relaxing your shoulders. And go a little bit slower. Maybe start changing the pattern of the stroke a little bit. Trust your intuition and what your body feels it needs. Keep your fingers soft and maybe interlace the fingers a little bit. Start gently stroking also the fingers and the wrists. Notice if your shoulders are tensing up. And then rub your hands fast, really fast, as if you were to create a fire. Make it really feel a little bit of friction until it gets really warm. And before you start that fire, take your fingers apart from one another and close your eyes again if you've opened them just for a moment. And feel that tingling sensation between your hands. The heat, the energy created. And then with your mind's eye, I want you to place an intention for the next 30 days for yourself. Maybe an intention of how you want to move, or an intention of what you want to invite. A quality that you would like to cultivate. And place that intention between your hands into that ball of energy that you've just created. And take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, bring your palms to your heart, allowing that energy to move into your body, through the heart, into all corners of your human being. Breathe in, take that intention again. As you exhale, anchor it. Send it through your hands into your heart, and from there into every cell of the body, every corner of your being. Take one more deep, but gentle, full breath in through the nose. Pause at the top, relax the shoulders, relax the face, and exhale out through the mouth gently and fully. And whenever you're ready, slowly coming back to this space. If you have something to write and you would like to write what just came up down, feel free to do that. And if you feel like it, you can also share it. But you don't have to.
So I wrote getting closer and closer to myself and closer to feeling unconditional love for myself and for others around me, and helping others to do the same.
Okay. If you had to put just one word, what would it be to speak for all of that?
Love, I guess. Once again, it feels like it's a recurring theme when it
Cultivating
comes
love.
to
Yeah.
something that I would like to um, work more on and help others experience more of.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Sure. What was yours?
What is mine? Mine is to, again, trust my glow
Love
and
that.
trust the journey. So for me, I think it's trust. Mm.
Love it.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
Well, thank you for having me share it. My intention for today is to hear from you. Today it's just you. But again, why you are here today. Again, maybe also to share a little bit about your journey throughout your experiences with me as well. But just yeah, what really has you come back to this space. And then I'll share again about my story in connection and context to this challenge, and then share again how to use and navigate the space for all of those who are watching on the replay and are new to the app, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, no, that's not it just yet. So spotlight back onto you.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
share
oh,
with us
sorry.
why you are here again for another month of glowing up.
Yes, so it felt like the first round was just so amazing in the sense that it got me to feel more confident in driving my vision, not just driving my vision forward, but also just to get to explore it more. Um, and also, so yeah, I've shared all of those already with you, but I'm thinking of other bits and pieces that are coming out now, has been also to help me go back to exploring myself,
Mm.
which I feel that prior to the glow up, I wasn't really digging into that much. And yeah, it, I feel that every time it's because I've done the Fabulous by Breakfast twice and so the glow up once, I've felt that by doing the Fabulous by Breakfast a second time, different answers would come with or through the same questions. So it felt that every time, oh, doing it again helped me bring some new pieces out. And um, yeah, and it's just such an incredible feeling to be able to be given that time to do that work,
Yeah.
which I would not manage to find the time like it is set up to be done through your challenge if I was just on my own.
Mhm.
And also that having that element of community, even though they might not always be the same people coming in and out of the meetings, just the fact of being in that container of community feels so good for the soul. And yeah, I think another really strong aspect for me has been to find a community of neurodiverse women because don't that's a first in my life.
Mhm.
And to be able to feel that when I share something, I feel understood, like deeply understood, that I don't need to like double, triple explain around what is going on, that I can just share. And I feel that people, the ladies in this community, the beautiful ladies in this community just get me.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much for sharing and for being here again. That definitely
Thank
speaks,
you.
yeah, it definitely speaks to the whole setup as well of the challenge factor in that sense, right? To have these little nudges every day. And I feel the 30-day, even though it can sound daunting for someone new, maybe that's like, oh my gosh, now I have to do something for 30 days. But what has been your experience on your end? Because I feel, or my intention definitely is to have this one be even easier digestible than the 7-day Fabulous by Breakfast, where you have the visualizations that you have to do every day, which can take some time, and then they stir up a lot as well. Whereas with the 30-day, I'm trying to give you these little snippets every day to listen in or just read through while you breakfast or you commute. And
Mm.
and then the rest, yes, there is bonuses, there is more stuff that you can go and dive in. And obviously you can take as long as you want and go as deep as you wish to go into certain of these questions. And yet it can also just be a breeze and an anchor every day to just have this reminder and have little flips and like script. belief flips, right? Like
Mhm.
new suggestions to see things differently and to explore things from a different angle. How was it for you so far? Is it very time consuming? Do you feel like it can be breezy? I know that you choose to go very deep very often as well, but yeah, how was your experience for this?
I really, really, really love the fact that I don't feel a huge pressure in going through everything, such as I've felt in some programs in the past, where yes, there are some submissions to get through, but those are very quick to do and easy to get through. And on top of that, there are some bonuses and other activities that we can choose to do. And I love the fact that I've it's helped me learn to love those parts of myself where on the one day it might just feel like too much and I can just do the submission and it's okay. And then on another day, maybe I feel like, oh, I would love to dig into this question further. And I've got the time, so, and I've got the nudge to do it. And I just do it. And it feels amazing because then I discover more pieces for myself. And yeah, and it's felt like such a rich program in the sense that it's not just a like book that I'm reading. It's more about it's so much more interactive in the sense that I feel that every time so I don't know how this experience would be yet because it's only my second club challenge, but I can imagine that from the experience that I've had with the two fabulous by breakfast, one after the other, that so when I would do some pieces over and again, and other pieces maybe like a quote might hit me differently, or sometimes even the same quote hit me differently, and it's just so much going on than just as if I was reading a book. It's like it feels so much more stimulating in the sense of, I guess also because yes, you've included a lot of um, movements and finding our own songs and our own challenges that we can choose to get through. That yeah, it's felt so rich
Awesome. Thank
and
That's
yeah,
such an
and
important.
easy to get through
Yeah,
if the time is short
yeah,
per day.
yeah. Nice. I really appreciate you saying that. Like, because for me, I'm somebody who learns from through so many different angles. I'm not just the kinesthetic or just the visual learner or just the auditory learner. I learn through through a mix of all of them
Mm.
and then also experiencing it. And that's what I'm
Mm.
trying to bring through as well. And I'm wondering whether even just having other women in the same space doing the same thing, having these different energies in each round and also in each maybe also even throughout the days kind of like brings up new layers of the same thing.
Mm.
And also in the conversations that we're having, there's so much that can come up through that. And yet we have that collective understanding of the new little principles and mindset shifts and ways to tune into our hearts, but also how to fine tune it to connect to others better.
Mm.
That aspect of dimming our light, not to make us feel smaller, but just to meet the other person where they can actually also hear us, right? And
Mm.
yeah, so I love that reflection. Thank you very much.
And there was also the fact that I keep on feeling that it's giving me more time. I've said that before, but I feel it more and more that as I've done your various challenges, that it by having me, it's like almost not forcing me, more like creating a space for me by setting my intention to get through the challenge. It's having me do those various activities that are helping me go within and find focus and clarity on what is it that is important
And the
to
bound,
be done on the
right?
day.
To
Yes,
exactly to understand what it
exactly.
is that you value, where it is, where you choose to be headed, and how you want to get there, like how you want to feel on your journey to get there. And so you
Mm,
can make your decisions throughout the day more aligned with that vision so that you don't just hustle and be busy to be busy and pretend being productive to make you feel better, which is never really the case in any way, but actually
mm,
doing less, but more on purpose. And then also taking the time again to reflect back on those things, to celebrate the little wins, to appreciate your efforts, to appreciate um, your own setting of boundaries, you saying no or you saying
mm,
yes, but to the right things. This can be huge. And obviously,
mm,
as you probably start noticing as well, it's all if we are in a regulated state, then it's also easier to maintain these boundaries from a compassionate place, which then lends okay for the other person that's being potentially rejected. Whereas if the no and the rejection comes from a place of frazzleness and stress and agitation, then there is that friction that the other person receives and it doesn't land as well for them either. So by you regulating your nervous system and being clear on your intentions, you also give the other person permission to also just acknowledge themselves and say no when they actually feel like it's a no without needing to feel bad.
mm.
And that's also a thread that I'm trying, even this one is more active and doing, coming back to the breath, coming back to yourself regularly throughout this whole 30 days, I think makes a big, big difference as well. And why this is potentially much different to other challenges that promote confidence in that sense, where it's just about showing up, do more, like be bolder, but without acknowledging that we need to feel safe and seen by
Mm,
ourselves first before we can actually do that. Otherwise, we're gonna block right before that very action, all like again and again and again, not understanding why, because we know we can, we have the capability to do it, and yet we freeze. But
mm.
why? Because we're not at home. We're not feeling steady and strong.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So,
makes so much sense.
mm.
Yeah,
Cool.
and also
Yeah.
clearing all of the other, I think you've mentioned it already, but just like letting that clear so much of the other stuff that I may have thought that need or that would be
Mhm.
good to be done, but then all of a sudden, with more clarity on what actually I would like to do, all of those other things kind of fall out, fall off. So it creates time, which is amazing.
Yeah. It's time and presence, right?
Mm,
You can be with the things that are happening and you can be fully with it and then make your decisions according to what you experience and the new set of beliefs and knowing and understanding that you're gaining throughout this whole thing. Yeah,
absolutely.
cool. Thank you. All right, let me continue forward.
Sure.
Um, are you okay? Oh, yeah.
Hmm. Yes.
That's some noise.
So just having a sip of water.
Cheers. That's always a good thing to do.
Yes. To
So
stay hydrated.
exactly. Again, you know this already, but for anyone who is new to this space, hi, I'm Fabienne, and I'm a transformational resilience and self-love coach. I help ambitious and neurospicy women create a life of ease, peace, and unapologetic personal power, building up our confidence and self-worth to an unshakable foundation of the soul. Because life is really too short and too precious for endless overthinking, which a lot of us tend to do, and undervaluing ourselves, which way too
Mm.
many of us keep doing. And so, yeah, I guide women to reconnect with their essence and their deepest desires, reclaim their power with powerful mindset shifts and heart tune-ups. I facilitate new ways of experiencing life, and together we make life a little bit less of a burden and more of a beautiful love affair. And just like any love affairs, things tend to get a little bit complicated sometimes. So, but that's the beauty of it, right?
Mm.
So, a little bit to my journey and just very keyword style, my story around my journey with confidence. Maybe I should have added something before 2015 as well. I was not somebody who was confident for a long, long time. I found my confidence around nine, maybe 18, 19 years old. But reflecting back, I realized that my confidence was only when I was drunk or tipsy. I always I needed to have a certain amount of alcohol in my system to really get that confidence out of me.
Mm.
If I was sober with the right people around me, I could be silly enough. I could display a certain confidence, but it was never really confident. Um, but then 2015, I found yoga accidentally. It was not a choice, but it happened. And it was also not a choice of mine to start teaching. But there was nothing in my area that was giving me that yoga feeling that I knew from when I did my teacher training. So my boyfriend at the time, my partner at the time, told me, well, to start teaching. And I was terrified because up until that moment, I had never spoken in front of an audience and instructed them in something. Well, snowboarding, that's true, but that was different. That was not from my heart led, my opinion, like that was just sharing somebody else's knowledge. Whereas here I started
Mm.
sharing what was real and true for me. And I was terrified to know what people would think of me and what people would think of yoga and all that came with it. But over time, I got confident. And then 2016, 2017, I got married and divorced again, which is a little bit of a longer story how that ties into my confidence piece. It was messy. That divorce was very, very messy, but he was the one that gave me the confidence, that gave me that push, that foundation, that trust, that permission to be who I am and to share what I believe in.
Mm.
So that was really, really, really powerful. But then when we separated and he turned 560 degrees all over the place and completely turned his back on me, I lost my entire confidence because it was all built on him being my cheerleader, of him being my driver, of him being that, yeah, that person that looks up to me, that pushes me, that encourages me to do some of these things.
Mm.
But then over time, 2019, I had a dream, I had a vision. and I found a place and I took a big leap. I had no fucking clue what I was doing, but I opened a yoga studio.
Oh,
It
wow.
was awesome. It was epic. It absolutely made me zero money. I used all of my savings, but I had the time of my life. And I learned a lot through the process. And then Corona hit, and I failed eventually to maintain it. I could blame it on Corona, but actually, Corona was my savior because it gave me a way out of it without me needing to take the toll of me failing. So that was a gift in disguise right there for me, for example. 2020, I started showing up raw on Instagram. I was
Yeah,
posting
yeah.
yoga videos before that already, but in 2020, it was really when I started showing up really, really raw and perfecting my imperfections and my rejection dysphoria. 2021, I finally took my Fabulous Living blueprint online. That's when I started desiring to share this with a bigger audience. It hasn't reached the masses yet as I wish it would, but I can feel that slowly, slowly things get into place. And as I grow in my own confidence, it
Yeah.
also shines through in how people receive it. 2022, I became a school teacher. I had no fucking idea how this happened. I'm not a school teacher. I hated school and I was not good at it whatsoever. I started teaching fifth, sixth, and eighth graders in French, English, German, art, geography.
Wow.
I think that was it. But
Sure.
on different levels as well. I have no
Amazing.
idea how I managed that, but I think I did a reasonable job for the kids.
Wow.
So there was no other way for me then to fake it. But again, it was possible for me because I had a head teacher that really stood behind me and knew that I didn't have any training in teaching, but he knew uh, my other skills and trusted that I could deliver what he needs to have delivered. Um, I stopped doing that after, I think, 9 months, not because not
Oh,
because I couldn't do it, not because I wasn't good at it. I really actually enjoyed it, but I also had another job that was just interfering too much with this. 2023, I broke my back snowboarding, which kind of brought a whole new level of confidence to my experience. All of a sudden, confidence wasn't just about me feeling good about myself in terms of like showing up, but confidence in the sense that I knew that things are going to be all right, no matter what. That confidence in me, in the universe, in whatever is happening, and more on a level maybe of trust, so to speak.
mm.
And then 2024, I started a community for coaches out of the blue
Yay.
and was the main leader for that after just graduating my coaching certification. So, there again, I had no credentials to be leading a community of coaches. And yet, with my co-founder, I was able to bring a lot of value to a lot of other new coaches who were seeking that sense of community and doing things together and growing together. And now 2025, here we are trying to amp up and level up again, showing up on podcasts, having big visions for the mission that I'm on, and again, just staying in that piece of trust and confidence that whatever the world needs, it will receive. And maybe I'm going to be a part of it, maybe a bigger one, maybe a smaller one. It doesn't matter as long as I can serve and support. Yes. So, for the app. Thank you very much for the love. A little bit of different pieces of information in this context than the 7-day Fabulous for Breakfast. So yeah, just maybe real brief also. I see that the time flies so fast, right? Showing you real
Oh,
brief
wow.
the the
I
challenge.
didn't realize we were close to the hour.
I hope you don't have to be anywhere in 5 minutes,
No, I don't.
but I'll try to make this brief. But
Sure.
yeah,
Okay.
if you are new to this space, if you go onto the app, you'll see the community space. You'll then also see the different various offerings, what's currently going on. The Glow Up Challenge is not here yet because it hasn't started. But if you go into the products and then the challenges, oops, there it was already, you can actually see it. So when you go into the feed, you first of all, you have your progress here on the left side. Here, I invite you to go and tap into the first session, the welcome session already before we start on Tuesday. And then every day you'll have a new checkpoint or check-in unlocked for you every morning at 6 a.m. Central Europe time. From there on, you can start collecting points if you want to be on that journey. So if you submit your reflections, your answers for each checkpoint within 24 hours, you collect a certain amount of points. If you manage to do 3 streaks in a row in time, you get extra points. And you still get points if you do them, if you submit later. You'll just get a little bit less points. You have 30 checkpoints for the entire month. Every day you have a little bit something. Some days are more breathers and a little break, so to give you time to catch up on other things as well. Very important here as well is the feed. I want to encourage you to go onto the feed. Oh, I didn't even see that yet. So Aurora already shared hers. She completed the welcome module and she included her submissions when she posted that first checkpoint. And if you include submissions, you can see it show up for everyone so we can tune in with each other's experiences and then also share what lands for us, what we resonate with, and give some encouraging claps and likes and words for each other. If you don't click including submissions, then all we see is just the title and that you have done it, which is totally fine as well. I just encourage you to share your experiences for the fun factor and the potency of this space. Then you also see all the participants that are live with you in this round. And yeah, the about section where you can then also, I guess, somewhere you have the link to share up here if you want to invite someone to join
That's
along.
great.
You have that little arrow.
Good to know.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's it for the challenge. Let me quickly double check my. Wait, that's not it. Where is it? There we go. Still not. What do you see now? The glow up again?
I see. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's a double click something. Double click to enter full screen mode. It says you have started screen sharing, but it's asking you
And
to
here,
double click to enter full screen mode.
I want this. Select multiple windows. No, just this. Oh, for heavens. For heavens. I
I'll
don't.
share a picture.
It wouldn't be a call with me if there wasn't some technical glitches, wouldn't it?
Makes it all spicy.
Stop sharing. Now I want this. Please? No. All right. Anyway, it's not an important slide. I can just read it off for myself,
Okay.
I suppose. Or,
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah, now I got it. Wait, give me one more second.
Oh, sure.
Let's hope that it works this time. Yes. Can you see
Yes, now I can.
the slide now?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
All
So,
good. My pleasure.
the next steps for you right now, if you haven't downloaded the app yet, I highly recommend you download the app. You can do this challenge also on your laptop or on the browser, but you won't get the notifications. So download the app, activate the notifications, then join the WhatsApp group as well. Explore the space. As you've seen, there's already submission there, so you can go and cheer and read. Watch the welcome module if you haven't done so yet, and comment on each other's posts. And then, most importantly, schedule your glow up time. That intentional moment for you every day for like 10 minimum to 30 minutes. Ideally, I recommend you do it in the morning or have at least the morning to just look at or listen to the day's intention, and then take some more time in the evening if you have some more time then to do the reflections, to submit. One more thing that's important for you to know: if you do it in the morning and you don't really have the answer or the reflection yet for the submission, you can always post it anyway already and go back to edit it. But you can also just wait until uh, until the end of the day when you have those times to for your reflections. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your trust. And Aurora, do you have any more questions? Do you have anything that you would like to know, or also to share with anyone that is new to this space or new to this challenge? Any last words before we get going on Tuesday?
So I would love to say thank you again, Fabi, for creating this amazing space. And I would recommend anyone watching it to please just join to get an experience of it, just a taste of it once, and then you'll get to understand why it's so amazing.
You won't regret it, most
It's,
likely, right?
mm, it feels like it's only once I tried it that I could really understand the value of it.
Mhm.
And I'm glad I did because I felt very curious about what the glow up challenge was about. I was unsure of what it would be, and I'm glad I took the leap. And thank you, Fabi, for being here and for putting your amazing magic out there.
It takes other people to build that magic, you know. So thank you too. And on that note, that was the wrong tune.
Oops.
On that note, I want to end this with our theme song. for the
Yay!
Glow Up Challenge.
Wanna build a life that's built to last.
I want to build a life that's built to
Not
last.
a quick trip,
Isn't that just
shortcut
what
to get
we
you
want? And
Mm.
also a life that's worth dying,
that sits
right?
on solid
A life that sits on solid ground.
till
And that
my
ground is
bones
what's
begin
inside.
myself.
That's the seat of our heart, of our soul.
I wanna build a life that's big.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Much
you
for
for
showing up
being.
for yourself and the world.
In the 7 seas,
I'm gonna let them.
overflowing,
And I love hearing it all again because I missed quite a few pieces, I think, the first time as well. And yeah, it helps me pick up on
There will
like
be
that
new
button,
for you.
the few buttons that I missed.
Oh yeah, and if there's any technical glitches in the app, please, please, please share them in the WhatsApp group as soon as you notice. Really important. It might glitch. Startup app, it's still new. They're throwing up a lot of new features, and yeah. So if you don't tell me, I can't fix it. If you tell me, it's usually fixed. Thank you very much. Okay.
Bye, Fabi.